I've been using these Muji 5-drawer acrylic desk organizers for my pen storage for a while. And I created these little liners out of foam core, felt, and wooden dowels to organize the pens, but the foam core is just too thick. So you can see it's if you're not managing the pens and the pens are standing straight up, some of the clips will hit the top of the drawer, which is not great. So I don't want to have to manage the way my clips are facing all the time, because I forget, and I've been whacking them on the side of the drawer unit for a while now. So I want to fix that. So here's the old liner. It has 9 slots. So I wanna replicate this. I didn't have any dowels on the end of this one, so I'm gonna put some dowels on it for better organization. And instead of the foam core, which is too thick, I'm gonna be using this artboard material, which is so much thinner. And you'll see what it looks like here when it's all complete. I'll do a comparison. You can see it. So much better using this rigid artboard. That whole sheet was about $5, so it's not terribly expensive. What I did is I want to measure the inside of the drawer. It's 6 inches by 9 inches about on the inside of the drawer. But I want to shave a little bit off because the edges of the drawer, once I wrap it in felt, that's going to put a little bit of extra thickness there, so I need the board to be a little bit thinner. So I cut my board out. Now I'm placing my dowels, and so like I said, it's 6 inches across, and each one of those dowels is 12 inches. So I just need to cut them in half, and I'm using nippers. It kind of flattens one end of the dowel in the cut section, kind of gives it a little wedge shape to it, but that's fine. If you want something a little cleaner, just use a saw or a Dremel or something, but I just used what I had, which is those nippers right there. So I marked out on the board where I want everything. So I put a dowel on each end, and then marked out a line every inch. So there's going to be plenty of room for my larger pens in here in between those dowels. So it'll much roomier and much better organized than what I had before. Like I said, I didn't have those end dowels there. Just going to use a little spray adhesive. I got just a cheap piece of felt from the same craft store. It was like 40 cents. Spray on the adhesive, and then you just kind of wedge the felt in. Make sure it's gripping on the edge of the dowels. When you spray that glue, make sure you get the dowels really well, so everything fits. Okay, so now that I've got it all put together, this is the finished product. You can see I got a little bit of a wave in the felt here, but that's not bad. But here's the original one, where I had, I didn't have the end dowels. I'm thinking it just didn't work out the way I wanted it to. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I had 8 dowels here. I wanted the same spacing, but I just wanted dowels on the end. So that's what this one did. And I'm really happy I went to the artboard because if you look at the thickness of the two together, so this is the foam core. This is my original one, the foam core. And this is the artboard. You can see how much thinner the artboard is, and it's still plenty rigid. So having the thinner board means I have more room for the pen. One of the problems with the foam core one is the pens were a little too high up in the drawer, so I had to lay them sideways to make sure the clips wouldn't hit against the top of the drawer unit. So I shouldn't have that problem now. Here's my drawer. Had it outside, so it got a little dusty. And my craftiness isn't that great, but it's good enough. It's good enough. And it's a little bit of a snug fit when I cut it. I just kind of I wanted it to be a little snug, so when you fold the felt over the corners and whatnot on the edges, it gives you a little bit of extra thickness. But I just kind of force it down in there. Fine. Looks good, nice and flat. And if when you're doing yours and you get it in there and you're like, crap, how do I get it out? Just smack it on your hand. And see, it lifts up, and you can eventually smack it right out. But this is just fine for me. So now I can that's it. I can install it in my drawer unit. So here's my original set. This one, the dowels are a little bit closer together on this one. This has 11 slots, where the one I just made has 9. But if you look, you can see how high the pens are because of that foam core. And if I turn them up, like these have larger clips, if I turn these up, they'll smack. Let me just show you. Watch them. See the clips hit against the top, which, I don't want to have to manage that. So thus, I made this one. So let me move them over here. Look at these two. Much more roomy. Stand them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this one, yeah, this Falcon. Okay, and even with those clips sitting up, you can see how much lower they are. Tons more room. So now if I slide this one in, no danger of me accidentally smacking or damaging a clip or anything else. So pretty cool.